You're watching the Original Music Podcast with your hosts Raymond Hems and Rick Gathman.
It took me all morning to figure this tripod out.
Yeah, the technology part is a little bit to get used to.
I know, like I say, I'm challenged.
Yeah, but how else would we be able to have this conversation than the technology that's been given to us?
Is this not just friggin' fantastic?
Yeah.
This is fabulous. I'm just more than I could ever dreamed of. I appreciate you so much for enjoying my guitar and letting me go along with it. It's a package deal,
Heck yeah.
It is a package deal. Well, let's get this thing going. Today we've got Patti Highland, who I met down in Florida over spring break, and when I saw her playing, I was like, man, we got to have her on the podcast. So we got Patti Highland, Rick Gathman, and Ray Hems. We're the Original Music Podcast, and welcome, Patti. We're glad to have you on.
Well, I appreciate it so much, and thank you very much. It's my pleasure, absolutely.
Absolutely. So
it's nice to meet you guys from Georgia.
In Georgia.
Yeah, in Georgia.
We're right up the road.
I'm a northern boy, but I'm down here, stuck down here. I'm not stuck down here. I'm happy to be down here.
Yeah, I think you're Cincinnati.
I'm a Cincinnati boy, yeah. But I'll never go back. I would never go back.
Oh, Midwest. I love Midwest people.
St. Louis. I lived in St. Louis for a long, long time. Yeah. I graduated high school in St. Louis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen the Golden Arches, and that's about it.
I have not seen the Golden Arches. Are they big?
The gateway to the West is quite the place.
They are huge.
Are they huge?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Arch. Yeah. The St. Louis Arch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen them.
It's 340.
They look like. Oh, they're huge. Yeah. I got to go see that when my ex-husband, we went down to St. Louis to pick up a 1948 Buick Roadmaster convertible in various stages of disarray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I've heard you talk about your ex-husband quite a bit, actually, in our short conversations, and I definitely wanted to get the background on that. Before we do, a 48 Buick is very similar to. I have a 47 Nash 600.
Okay.
And those old cars in the 40s, in my opinion, with the curved fenders and everything.
Sexy.
Yeah, I think they have a great look. They just have 50 horsepower, and they get you killed on a modern road. Unfortunately.
Well, sometimes you had to pedal.
Yeah. I think that's where the Flintstone cartoons came from,
my
right?
Favorite. Like the Flintstones,
Yeah.
My favorite car is a 1959 Cadillac convertible red on red.
Nice. Not specific at all, huh?
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
My wife and I had a 61.
Yeah, we had a 60 and a 61. We had about 7 1959 Cadillacs in just different stages of decomposition,
Wow.
because my husband liked to work with old cars.
Wow.
So we had a lot of junk around.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about your husband. Since we're on topic there, what was his name? And he obviously was kind of handy with mechanicking.
Well, he was a master of none.
Yeah.
But a man of all trades, but a master of none.
Yeah.
But he was a great mechanic. He was a fabulous musician. If you could get him to do it. He was very introverted, but he's the one I was married to for like 22 years, and him and I were on the road for like 20 of it, off and on. There's road musicians, but this is his guitar.
Right.
Remember, I told you this was his guitar.
Yep.
And the daughter got it for me when he passed away. So, after 20 years of playing music with him, I earned that guitar.
Yeah.
Because he was not a pleasant person to work with. Yeah.
Yeah,
he taught me a lot.
Well, that's the beauty of being in that type of relationship. If you're into the same things, you can teach each other things that you wouldn't come up with on your own, and all that kind of stuff. I think that's important. My mother was the same way. She played music with my father, and he actually there's a Hammond C3 sitting here in the studio, and that was his. Actually, my mother played the Hammond, and he played piano and all kinds of different things. But so I ended up very similarly, like with you with that guitar, with this Hammond in my studio. So it's pretty cool to hand down instruments, especially if it's going to be honored.
Yeah.
Right.
Patti, when you were on the road with him, did you guys do original music or was it all covers? What did you do?
Oh, it was 99% covers. I think it was 100% covers. Didn't have no original music at the time.
Mm-hmm.
He never wrote, and I never wrote at the time. I was always told I should write, but it takes focus, which I don't have. I don't have a lot of. Yeah. And it takes time, and but this the original song that I do have that I wrote when I was down here. It only took it didn't take that long because it just came to me. Yeah. Which a lot of them do. So, but no, we didn't have any. We just did a lot of cover stuff. We're very popular. Had very good response. It was a good gig when we got to the jobs. Great guitar player. He could play steel guitar rag on the guitar.
Yeah.
He didn't play classical gas or Malagueña, but that didn't matter.
Yeah.
He played crazy, and he played a lot of good country stuff. Yeah. But he liked the jazz sound. That's why he bought this guitar. This guitar is the one that B.B. King used.
Yeah, it's
that he called Lucille, the black one.
Yeah, the Lucille. Yeah. Yep. And what year? What year was this that you guys were doing that?
We started out in 70. 73 or 4.
Okay.
I think 75 to go on the road.
Sure.
To go to any. We traveled around locally for a while, up to Billings, Montana, which is 120 miles from Cody. Mm-hmm. We went to Red Lodge, Montana. Was our very first gig, which is just over the mountain and can be on the way to Yellowstone Park.
Right.
But it was in the mountains and in the summertime. Winter time in Red Lodge, you have to have skis, skis or snowmobile. Yeah, because there's a lot of snow up in that area.
Do they shut down the roads at a certain time of the winter time? Is it hard to travel?
Yeah. And maybe not volunteer. Sometimes not even voluntarily. So it just snows them in. Yeah. And but to Yellowstone Park, they close the roads around about September when it starts snowing, and it's so much snow you can't get through the park. Yeah. Without a snowmobile, but they do have snowmobile rides now. Tours.
Yeah, sure.
But it shuts down. There's times when you can't get out of Cody or can't get into Cody. Yeah. Because there's so much snow, and you have to shut the roads down. Yeah.
Right. So
it's pleasant, but it's not pleasant.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's a hard life to live like that. Alaskan people
stock up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be sturdy.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
And it's good if you're sturdy and if you're patient. You have to be patient because the snow comes and it doesn't go. Yeah. It just stays.
Yeah. So and when it does go, when it does go, it's all mud season for 2 months, 3 months.
Flooding. Yeah. Nice flooding. Yeah, we have good flooding season.
Yeah. Well, let's go further on back. So that was in the 70s, and so you said that you were from Thermopolis, Wyoming. So you grew up and went to elementary school. And what was Thermopolis like? When you were a kid. I mean, obviously, you're coming from an era that's seeing the first TV show up in homes. Do you remember sitting by radios and listening to radio shows and stuff as a kid?
Oh yeah, I was raised on a farm. When we went to the farm when I was about 3-4 years old, and we was always listening to the radio, and always listening to some kind of a country station. It must have come out of Nashville. Must have been what was it, WSM?
Oh yeah,
WSM from the
the opera stuff was out.
Yeah, and then the radio station played a lot of the old country stuff. But unbeknownst to me, that's what they were doing. I was just listening to the radio.
Right.
And I liked the music. Anywhere from Kitty Wells to George, not George Jones, Don Cherry. Don Cherry.
Yeah.
And country gentleman.
Yeah.
Eddie Arnold.
Oh, okay.
Eddie Arnold and the old timers. Yeah. Way back in the late 40s, early 50s.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was listening to radio. Yeah.
And
on the farm, we lived about 12 miles out of town.
When you say farm, I picture that as, maybe 10 acres, maybe 12 acres. What are we talking about size-wise on this place?
Well, the size of our farm was 320 acres, but we only farmed about 200 of it.
Wow, that's
crazy. So we only farmed the front half because the back half was all wild and full of alkali water and all that sort of stuff. But the front half was we farmed with hay. We changed crops.
Yeah.
We had hay and grain and potatoes and beans and sugar beets and I guess that was it.
Yeah.
I don't remember. It's been a long time.
Yeah, sure. Well,
and I learned to drive a tractor.
Say that again.
I was driving the tractor when I was 8.
Yeah,
I was driving the tractor when I was 8.
Yeah,
no kidding.
Yeah,
because I was helping my dad. He was plowing and I was disking on the little Ford tractor. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, it was a great time. I could drive the tractor, up to the end of the lane, which is a quarter of a mile up to catch the bus.
Yep.
And just leave it up there and then drive it home. Yeah, it's quite a life.
Yeah. Well, those that have never farmed or anything, when you just brought back a memory of my childhood, when you have one tractor that's actually plowing and then another tractor going behind it and disking, right? So you're plowing and digging deep, and then the disc kind of I wouldn't say smooths it out, but makes it to where you can start.
No, it tears it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tears it up so you can smooth it out and plant.
Yep.
Yeah. It tears up the big stuff and then you pull a level over the top of the ground, to kind of even it out as much as you can.
Yeah. And it's pretty crazy because you do it and you're like, oh, okay, that's done. And then guess what? It's the next season and you got to do it all over again.
Yeah. Well, you just get done and it snows. When it snows, you got a pretty long season of snow. That, and we don't harvest that. We just let it lay.
Well, if we could figure out how to harvest snow.
I know.
Yeah, we'd have something, maybe.
Yeah.
I know. Get some kind of a product for it. Produce it somehow.
Yeah, right.
Send it down here sometime.
Yeah, I was going to say, ship it to Florida and put it on the beach.
Yeah, we could use some.
So when you were...
I know they haul it in sometimes for some kind of some events. They haul a snowmaker in.
Yeah, the fake snow.
Yeah, they make it
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you were a kid, were you musical then, or was it winter times that you would, be locked in your house and play? When did you first start playing?
Well, I went to a little country school. I got bused to a little country school from my house.
Yeah.
A very small country school. I had when I graduated 8th grade. We went grades 1 through 8, and there was two grades in every classroom, like first and second and third and fourth. Yeah, and so. And when I graduated 8th grade from the country school, I had 4 boys and 4 girls in my 8th grade graduating class.
So 8 total people.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. But so we didn't have very many, maybe less than 20 students per classroom per 2 grades.
Now, was that school for the whole county too, or was it for just the town?
No, just for Lucia, it was country.
Okay.
Everybody around the countryside.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, nothing from town.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Little house on the prairie.
Yeah, when you we go around and pick up a lot of people, a lot of kids, and then take them to the school, and then the ones that were in high school stayed on the bus and went into town, which was about 15 miles into town to Thermopolis to the high school.
Wow. So you could have a school bus that would have high schoolers, elementary schoolers. It's kind of
everybody.
The whole gamut.
Yeah.
Wow.
The whole country. Yeah. The whole county, as you said. Yeah.
So when did you start playing music? When did you get interested in learning?
Well, I was in the first and second grade. Was the 6 and 7 years old you are? And we would sing. We'd have go into the third and fourth grade room that had the piano and sing songs.
Right.
And I got to mess around with the piano when I was 7.
Okay.
I could go in. Everybody was going to recess. Well, I'd go in not all the time, but I would like to go in and play the piano, and I could play the songs that we were singing in class by ear, and I could play both hands, which was amazing to me to this day.
Yeah.
But I was given the ear to hear it, and if you can hear it, you can do it.
Yeah.
And so that's and in fact I played the music for my girlfriend at the high school at the state band conference. I played the music for her her trombone.
Oh, nice.
And I probably played a little too fast, I'm sure. And then I played again for compensants, or what it was for the graduation for the 7th graders or the 6th graders. But I played that music for that, but my mother got me piano lessons because my teacher said I had knowledge of music and I needed to further the education.
Yeah.
So mother got me some piano lessons from the lady down the road from the school.
Yeah.
That I got to. In fact, I could walk down. I could walk down to her house, and but I took piano lessons for about 10 years. And even when we moved, when I graduated 8th grade, my mother had leased a hotel in Thermopolis above the barbershop and the jewelry store and the bar.
Wow. Okay. So, all in one spot.
Yeah.
All in one spot. Yeah. It was it took on those 3 buildings in the bottom, and we were on the top.
Wow.
And the drugstore. I'm sorry, and the drugstore.
Yep.
But when I moved to town, then the lady in town taught me some lessons. She taught me some of the organ, and I played it quite a bit. But when I found the guitar when I was 13, I didn't like to play the piano so much as I could the guitar, but I didn't know how to play the guitar. I didn't know how to tune it or nothing, so I just tuned it to an open chord on the piano, like an open C or G.
Sure. Yeah.
And I just barred the frets where I could hear them.
Yep.
And if I couldn't hear it, I didn't play it.
Yeah.
But and that's how I started on the guitar. And then my piano teacher taught me the little Buck Owens D chord, the 3-string D chord, and the G and the A 7th. And that's where I played for a long time till I moved to I played in the bars with that kind of music when I was 19. I got permission from my mother, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, we call those cowboy chords, and now we know why, right?
Yeah.
Those are the good.
Hey, Patti, who's in that picture behind you?
That's me and Patsy Cline.
I thought so.
Yes, it is.
I thought so.
Yeah. A friend of mine who is an artist. She's a fabulous artist. Now I'll get this closer so you can see it.
Yeah. Now is that yeah.
That's really cool.
That is cool. Is that pencil?
Yeah, it's pencil on a Van Gogh paper.
Oh wow.
Wow.
And she's got more fives than Patsy and then me and then Patty down here.
Yeah.
With the music goes.
I recognize that picture.
Yeah.
I cried when she brought it to me.
Yeah, that's a really cool picture.
Hey, good friends like that, you want to keep around.
For sure.
Oh well, I tell you what, I think
Ray's working on something for me right now.
Yeah.
She says she's going to try to win the lottery. When she does win the lottery, she's going to get me a show down in Branson. She's going to have me a building where I can perform.
Your residency.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, Branson, Missouri.
She says, awesome. I need my own building. I said, okay,
there you go.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
So, but in fact, I'm going to doing a podcast with her the 21st or the 27th somewhere, the last of the month. They do a down at the Sunset Beach down at Venice Beach. They do it's called the Sunset Lady. You guys need to get on.
And what do they do? Is it like a live on site podcast?
They do a live sunset show. They film the sunset and the people on the jetty. Did you get down to the jetty?
Yeah. No, I did not. No.
Yeah. Okay. Down by the Crow's Nest?
Yeah, no,
I
made it to the daiquiri bar and the beach.
And say no more.
Yeah. And unfortunately my trip was only like 4 days, so
Okay.
I have a hard time kind of settling in and relaxing.
Yeah.
So the first day I was kind of going through withdrawal.
Yeah.
And I was scheduling things, and the second day I started to settle down. The third day felt really good. Then the fourth day it was time to go home. So.
Yeah. Well, the next time you come down, let me know, and I'll take you to. I'll take you around.
Yeah, I'd love to.
I'll take you. I'll be your tour guide if
Yeah.
you want me to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Down the jetty and the crow's nest.
Yeah, because you can go off the beaten path real quick in Florida and end up in an area that feels like 1930. Like
oh yeah,
old Florida, like the
like
mango.
Arcadia.
Yeah. The trees are growing over the roads, and you're like, wow, this is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So you were in Wyoming and growing up and doing your thing. At what point did you see or have the feeling that you needed to leave the small town and go explore, bigger pastures, I guess?
Yeah, I always had the the drive to do that, but I never had the means to do it.
Right.
Until 1994.
Oh.
No. Wait a minute. I have to go back. Click.
Well, when did you leave the Thermopolis, Wyoming?
Thermopolis, yeah.
When did you leave there?
I left Thermopolis in 19.
Late 50s, maybe?
No. After I graduated high school, 60s.
Okay.
In the 60s, I graduated high school, and they do what everybody does. Got married.
Yeah. Okay.
Had 3 kids by the time I was 23.
Wow.
Married a farmer, of course, and a guy who was a rodeo, liked to do the rodeo stuff, but was not good at it at all.
God rest his soul.
Not at all.
Right? Yeah.
No. He liked to ride the bulls and the horses, and I've got a picture of him, and he come out of the chute, and right there he is, right out of the chute, right on the ground.
Yeah.
Just so fast. But anyway, he was a wannabe cowboy, and just never could accomplish that. I don't know what he wanted to be when he grew up, because he didn't finish high school. He was going to be a farmer. He was good at farming. He knew the craft.
Yep.
And he could take care of the machinery, because he knew about that.
Mechanic.
But that was about the extent that I found out.
Yeah.
And he gave me 3 beautiful baby girls, so that helped a lot. I moved to Cody in 1970. Oh God, 70.
Was Cody
in
like
1970?
Yeah, was Cody like going to the big town from
oh heavens, yes.
Okay.
See, Thermopolis had like 3,500 people.
Oh, okay.
And we had the refinery there, and that's when it was really going good. We had the Husky oil refinery.
Yeah.
And that put the population up to 3,500. So, wow. Or maybe 5,000. I'm not sure. It was back in the high school. I don't remember. But then when the refinery closed, the town basically almost closed down, but didn't really. They kept the farmers and the people in town that had businesses and stuff like that, but it dropped down to about 2,500 people.
Yeah.
But in 1970, I had the occasion. My first husband got a job with a company up in Cody, Wyoming, hauling water to the oil wells. We through mutual friends. So they moved us up to Cody in 1970, and I knew when I left Thermopolis and moved to Cody, I was moving on up.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how far I was going to have to be able to go.
Yeah.
So moved me and the kids and just moved everything, the piano and everything.
Yes.
They moved everything I had.
So, of your 3 daughters, are any of them musicians?
Yeah. Are they? Yeah.
The oldest one plays the guitar and sings like at venues. Okay. She's now singing in church, and she's getting really good. She's not she's my age now, so she's not young anymore. Mm-hmm. But she just had sent me the church program that she sang at, and had a solo part, and then she sings this, and they sing harmony. 3 girls that sing in church, and it's really good.
Yeah,
it's really good, and she's coming out of her shell, but she's very introverted about her music.
Yeah.
I think I ruined her on that, and I apologize to her for that all the time. But I was singing with her one time, and she says, "I don't want you to sing with me." And I says, "Why not?" She says, "You sing too loud." I said, "Well, I get so enthused. And we have wonderful harmony, but she doesn't want." I said, "We could be the new judge." She says, "No, no, that ain't."
Yeah,
Okay.
you said something there about
I sing too loud, and I just get.
Yeah, you said something there about singing harmonies, and I've worked with a lot of singers that that just either naturally felt it, and they had a natural harmony that they would just sit on and be really good. And I've heard singers struggle with being able to even do it.
Oh, you have to have the ear.
Yeah.
You have to have the ear, and you gotta know. You have to have the ear. And I love harmony. That's why I bought that harmonizer.
Yep.
So I'd have somebody to harmonize with me.
My wife is the best harmonizer that I know.
Yeah.
She can pull a harmony out of anything.
Yeah.
She's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's something you really have to kind of I swear
you have to have.
Yeah.
I
you
was
either have it
to
or
a video yesterday of
you can't teach harmony. You can teach harmony, but you better have headphones on.
Yeah.
So you can hear what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
they're buried sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got the harmonizer. I've got as a vocal one, I think it's called.
Yeah. A helicon.
I don't know. They don't even make it anymore.
Yeah.
They've switched it around and screwed it all up.
Yeah, the TC Helicon stuff that we were talking about. We actually were just talking about these, the different vocal harmonizers that they've come out with, have gotten so much better each generation. They just like anything else, they refine it,
right.
they make it better, they make you have to buy a new one. It's like the iPhones and everything else.
Yeah. If they give you 6 months and that's it.
Yeah.
Then you have to have a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're outdated.
Yeah.
So when you got to Cody, did you when did you do your first gig in Cody, or did you ever have did you get in a band there? Do you ever try anything? How was it done back then?
Well, I got to Cody, and I had some mutual friends that lived in Cody that had been there a while. The lady that was there, I went to grade school with, kindergarten with, and then she left for a while, and they went to high school together. I've known her since she was 5 years old.
Right.
And she's not musical at all, but she knew people. So I don't know how I got. I was up there with my second husband, or my first husband, and I was trying to figure out. I was supposed to be playing. I played somewhere with my little D chords, not hardly sound like a cat in a sack. Just it had to sound awful. But it's I got to know these two brothers, and they come to me. In fact, I guess they heard something about me or something, and they wanted to have a girl singer that could play the guitar. I says, well, I got 1 out of 2. I can sing, but I don't know how to play the guitar very well. They said, well, we'll show you.
Yeah.
And they did. They're the one that showed me the orchestral chords.
Yeah.
And I'm very blessed. I'm blessed with being a very quick study.
Yeah.
So it worked out really well for me. And we all played around for a year or so, different venues, the three of us. And then I got a job all by myself down at the Irma Hotel, which is Buffalo Bill's hotel that he named after his daughter that he built in Cody. And it's right on the corner. It's a beautiful place. You gotta go. I'm sorry. I'll take you. I'll take you.
Yeah, I'd love to go there. Yeah. Now, every time you talk about it, though, to me, I mean, in my mind's eye, I see, the Old West, wooden front porches, dirt road, saloon style swinging doors, that kind of thing. Was it like that, or are we at that point? Are we, we're in?
Well, it kind of still is a little bit. We don't have the boardwalks anymore. They have graduated to cement.
Okay.
But some of the bars, the Irma Hotel has some swinging doors in it.
Okay.
You go in the front door, but in between the bar and the hotel, there's swinging doors, and it's got a western flavor to it.
Yeah.
Everything is countrified.
Sure.
They try to put some modern stuff into it, but they put like a log a veneer on the buildings, to try to keep it country, and I hope they don't. I hope they don't get away from that, because that's why people come to Cody.
It is
to experience that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They experience that. So if you go to Jackson Hole, Wyoming now, I don't know if you heard about that or not.
I have heard Jackson Hole.
Yeah. They still have boardwalks. They still have the boardwalks and the porches and stuff. Yeah, and it's got my second husband and I worked at the Wort Hotel, WORT. It has in the top of the bar, it has about 2,500 silver dollars, real silver dollars, decoupaged into the top of the bar.
Wow!
Oh wow!
So it's awesome. Yeah, it's awesome. And when there was a fire there while we weren't there, but there's a fire in the kitchen, and they can take the bar up and put it in. They take the bar up completely, the top of the bar, and put it in the vault.
Oh, wow.
So nobody's steal the silver dollar, turn a flame to it, melt them. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, those were legit silver dollars.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there's 39. They want to sell them for $39 a piece now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And my mother had over 100 of them when she passed away, and she had them in a. Oh, that's another story. She had them in a safety deposit box, but her sisters stole them. So she got a hold of them. She found the safety deposit box key, and they were gone. I didn't get nothing. So anyway, it's okay. But they're awesome silver dollars, and I think they're more than the Morgan ones, and then the ones right before that. I forget what they're called now, but they had all different kinds in the bar.
Yeah,
Jackson's amazing. The big in the square where they have the arches of the antlers of the elk antlers. Mm-hmm. Elk, the people. I don't know if it's the Boy Scouts or the game wardens or whoever goes out and picks up the sheds from the elk. Elk shed their horns every year.
Yep.
And then they grow them back because they're and so they're all over in the elk refuge. And they come back and they put them in this arch, and my God, it's getting huge. Wow. The first time I saw it wasn't that big. Let me tell you.
Yeah, that's crazy. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, my wife's going to kill me if I don't ask you who does your hair.
Yes.
My pink.
Yes.
Yeah.
My pink hair.
Yeah.
Only my hairdresser knows for sure.
Oh, okay. So you have somebody do it for you?
Yeah. Oh God, yes.
Yeah. Well, she does a very good job. It looks great.
His wife does hair.
Well, thank you. She does.
My wife does
she puts
hair.
A frost. So. Yeah. Do you know what the frost cap is?
I do.
When you frost your hair,
sure.
You put this cap on and you pull your hair through with a crochet hook.
Oh yeah.
That's how she does it.
I do. Yeah. My wife's a hairdresser. Of course, I know.
I don't have any.
We have a salon in our house.
She puts a color on, and then let it set for however long, and takes it off and washes it, and here it is.
There you go.
And that's
I have it done about every 6 weeks. It starts fading out.
Yeah.
And thank you for asking. Yes,
of course. It looks great.
I haven't had it that long. I've only had pink hair for about a year, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a class reunion, and I put a pink streak and a purple streak in the front to go to my class reunion.
Ah, nice.
And I really liked the pink better than the purple but I'm a purple fan. So when I got back, I said I really like that pink. She says, "Well, let's do it." And I said, "Okay." So we did.
Well, it looks great. Yeah. I love it.
That's awesome.
Everybody likes it.
I'm curious about that guitar too. If we don't.
Yeah.
If we can shift directions, I mean, I don't mean to.
Hey, you got away from me talking about me. Shame on you.
Hey,
okay.
You tell me when we're ready for that.
No. You go right ahead.
So
go right ahead.
While you're getting
talking about this guitar.
Yeah. While you're getting that together, I'll just kind of lay the foundation of. I was like I said, my last day on spring break. We were going to a place called Turtles in Siesta Key for basically, our last get together meal. And as soon as we're walking up, I hear music, and I'm like, "Huh, that sounds live." And so we're walking up, and I see pink. I see pink hair, and I see a Gibson, and I'm like, "That looks like a 335. What? But it's vintage. It's old."
His ears went. His radar went. What?
Yeah. So immediately, immediately, I made contact with Patti, and so
no
show us the guitar there, and. You said it's a 64 ES 335 Gibson, and you've had that for how long?
Can you see it okay?
Lift it up. So I want to see that pick guard. Show Rick that pick guard that's on there. Look at that thing.
Well,
that guitar is
it's not the
played.
original.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a worker. That's a work.
This is broke. I've got to get a new one because it's broke.
Yeah,
I used to have tape on it and the tape come off.
Gigging guitar.
And it fell apart.
Yeah. It looks melted. I wouldn't change that at all.
I don't think I would either.
Yeah, I'd keep that as it is. That's got the road wear on it.
It's got the proof.
Yeah. Proof.
Well, okay, I'll put some more tape back on so it stays on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the reason I don't have the original on here, we were up in Klamath Falls, Oregon. I'll get back to it in just a minute here. I'll let you have the floor in just a minute.
Sure.
We were in Klamath Falls, Oregon, and in this bar and playing music and there's this young guy. I think he worked in the kitchen. Had kept asking my husband so much about this guitar. He was just really amorized with it. And Art likes to talk about the guitar, as I do. Mm-hmm. And he says, yeah, I just told him what year it was and blah, 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 and all that sort of stuff. So we were going to pack everything up that night. And the bartender, the bar owner says, no. He says, you can leave everything, which we don't like to leave the guitars ever.
No, ever.
He said, you can leave everything because I have the key and I lock up and nobody can get in. Okay. So we come back the next day and to play music, and the guitar is gone. His guitar is gone. And we're going, okay, but it had to have been an inside job, right?
Yeah.
So we put an ad in the paper, took a picture of it, showed a picture of us together with our guitars. They're matching guitars, by the way, the casino model, Sunburst. Yep. Mine's an Epiphone, 58. Mine's an Epiphone, but... So we put an ad, and pretty soon we got a phone call. And this guy, this twit, said, who gets the reward? The guy that took the guitar or the guy that brings it back?
Yeah.
Well, if the guy brings it back, and if we didn't know we would get caught, we'd probably shoot him.
Yeah.
We didn't say that. We didn't say this. Well, no, whoever gets it back gets the reward. He put a $200 reward on it, and he had cash. And I said, you don't give all that money to them. Yeah. You get your guitar and give them, keep back some money, some of it.
Yeah.
And so he did. And so meanwhile, he didn't have a pick guard on it for a long, long time. And in fact, he played it without it.
Yeah, sure.
And so when I got it, I thought, well, I need to have a pick guard on it because I'm not. I haven't got finesse. I'm the strummer.
Yeah.
And so I thought, well, I'll put this one here, got from the music store. But it just literally, I don't know if it just melted or if I wore it out or what happened to it. But
you wore it out.
I'm in the process of. I want to get one, but I saw a really pretty gold one on the site.
Yeah.
I think that would look cool.
Yeah.
But it might deter from the guitar, so I don't know what to do yet.
Yeah. I'd say that gives it all the character in the world.
Yeah, agree.
If it doesn't bother you.
Well, yeah, and see the back has got a big hole, belt buckle hole.
Let's see that. Move it to your left a little bit.
All the varnishes wore off.
Oh yeah, keep going to the left.
See, all the varnishes wore off here.
He wants to
Can you see that? Okay.
Keep going to the left. Now lift it up. Up higher. Look at that.
Yeah. That's a working woman's guitar.
Yeah, that's a belt buckle hustle right there.
That's a working guitar.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
And then all the varnish has gone off the neck.
Yep.
He wore that off, and I finished it. Yeah. All the varnish has come off the neck. There's a little bit up here.
Yeah.
Because I don't play up there a lot, but there's a little bit up here. But the rest of it is all gone. And it's all dirty, and I'm not touching it. I'm afraid I'd ruin the sound if I cleaned it.
People pay to have their guitars done like that.
Cracking.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, it's got weather cracking in it, and it. I was doing a concert in my hometown of Thermopolis with a bunch of people for the 4th of July. We were in a band shelter thing.
Yeah.
And I set the guitar down on the guitar stand, and about that time, like a mini hurricane. Come through about 2 blocks over from where we were, but the wind caught this guitar and blew it off my stand.
Yep.
And it cracked the head of it.
Oh.
It cracked the head of it back here. There's a J crack right here.
Now, if you remember,
didn't notice it until I picked it.
Yeah, if you remember, that was one of the first things I looked at the guitar. I said, does it have the infamous Gibson headstock snap?
Right.
On
it's mahogany, isn't it?
It's again, it's the angle of the headstock that tilts back that makes it really prone, delicate. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, so when you drop it, it just breaks off.
Yeah.
But I've had that done twice. It fell off twice of wind blowing it off the wood of the. So I got really pretty upset about that. But I have a wonderful luthier here in Venice that fixed that for me twice.
That's awesome.
And and so if I can see it, and you can probably see it if somebody looked at it real close. And I'm not going to deny that it hasn't been broke, but it's fixed back to perfect. I mean, it's perfect. The neck's not bent. It's not warped. The frets are. I'm about ready to do another fretting.
Yeah.
I've had them fretted. I've had it fretted once. But I don't play it. I used to play it like I was working 6-7 days a week sometimes.
Right.
Back in the heyday, but I'm only working once a week, and maybe I just leave it alone.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
everybody accepts it.
Have you ever considered? I think we talked off air about the value of that guitar. Have you ever considered finding something that fits the same feel, that is less vulnerable,
less expensive,
less vulnerable to theft, less vulnerable to being broken?
Yeah.
Have you ever considered anything like that?
I have, but I enjoy playing this guitar.
only live once, right?
Yeah, you do.
That's right. Play that thing.
Play it.
I enjoy playing this guitar too much. The people, it's also a people's guitar.
Yeah.
Every time I'm down at Turtle Beach, some of the young kids will come up.
Yeah.
Or the old guy will come by.
Well, we are all three partially connected right now because of that guitar and you.
Yeah, we're totally connected by that guitar now. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
but I have the old guys, some of the older guys in the 60s, 70s, 80s. They'll come by me and then they'll rubberneck around and they'll look at me, look at that guitar, and then they'll come back.
Yeah.
And they'll say, "What year is that?"
Yeah.
And I tell them it's a '64. So
yeah.
It's been good to me. It's kept me working. Brought me a lot of wonderful friends and family and fans from all over. You know, so I don't think I would ever quit playing it.
I'm with you. I think you should just keep on playing it.
Just
play the wheels off of it.
Yeah, and just
play the strings right off it.
Yeah. Just have somebody always having an eye on it.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Well, obviously you've got that eye, you know, because you still have it.
Yeah. It got stolen once. Was that the one that got stolen? Was that the one that was returned? Wow.
Yeah.
That was meant to be for
sure.
Yeah, that's why
Bugsy got $200 for it.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't get the whole $200.
Oh, yeah. You said he gave some money back.
He'd got
I can't remember how much he kept back $20, $30, $40, something like that.
Yeah. Max.
But
I'm with you. I'd have beat his ass.
Yeah, I would have beat him up.
Well, we would have had recourse, but they knew where we were staying.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we don't know if they'd have flattened our. We had a crew cab 1-ton dually pickup at the time.
Yeah.
And they'd probably flattened all 4 tires or all 6 tires.
Yeah.
So
you got to pick your battle.
Not to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just glad to get it back.
That's right.
In fact, he went down. He had to have a guitar to play that day, so he went down and bought a Les Paul, Gibson Les Paul, the black one.
Right.
But he couldn't play it because it was too top heavy.
Yeah.
So he went back and traded it for a Gretsch.
Okay.
He had a Gretsch with the floating the floating
Bigsby. A Bigsby.
Yeah, no, floating this thing here.
Yeah, bridge.
The bridge.
The bridge.
Tremolo.
Bridge. The floating bridge. Floating bridge.
Yep.
And you could move it back and forth.
Sure.
Right.
Didn't have a big on it.
Yeah.
And he played that until we got this back, and then he took that back because he didn't want it, didn't need it anymore. But he did buy another one exactly like this.
Yeah.
I don't remember what year it was, but it wasn't made in Kalamazoo. It was made in Tokyo or somewhere.
Yeah.
And it didn't have the same connections in the neck, or it just wasn't the same.
Yeah.
And he played that for a long time. But then, and so now he had 2 guitars just like this. So when he passed away, his son was going to take both of them. And his sister says, she said to herself, no, he's not going to have both of them. And she grabbed this one for me and gave it to me.
Well, good.
She loved me.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's like I said, a legit. That's like you just said Kalamazoo. You know, a lot of people may not know that the early Gibsons were all made in Michigan. well before they ever transferred down to to Tennessee and all that. So
this is made in Kalamazoo.
Yeah.
And my Epiphone that I have this just like this is made in Kalamazoo.
Okay, so that's a good point.
It looks just like this. The neck is shorter, and it's a little bit different action, but the neck is shorter. So when I'm playing it, I slide by my chords.
Yeah, sure.
Because it's
really
because
is it 122 and 124 or something?
It's probably maybe just the radius of the neck feels different or something. But you said Epiphone.
Yeah,
what year? What year is the Epiphone?
58. It's a 58.
An actual 58 Epiphone.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm gonna look that one up for you too.
They don't make those anymore. It's worth more than this one.
I was going to say I'll give you $1,000 for it.
Yeah, sure you would.
Yeah. We might have been off the air
so
when
funny.
we might have been off the air when we were saying this. Patti said that somebody said when we were talking, somebody was going to offer me $1,000, and I was like, I'll give you $2,000.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, you need to add some zeros.
Get a bit of war going on.
Yeah. Well, hey. So the 58 Epiphone, is that also a 335?
I don't know. I have it here at the house. If you want me to go get it.
It's okay. I mean, we'll talk off
I'll
the
do it
air.
next time.
We'll talk off the air. But I'd like to get you. I would like to make sure you know the value of these instruments, so that you.
He's worried about you, Pat.
Yeah, I don't want you to get hornswoggled by some shuckster out there.
You're just casing the joint, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're just casing the joint.
No, he's got honest intentions.
Yeah.
My thought is more like with you. Like, you've been playing that guitar for so long, you can't put it down now.
Yeah.
You got to.
Oh no.
You got to play it until one of you goes.
Yeah. I'm gonna play till I'm about 90 or 99, and then I'll give it up.
Right.
Well, that was one of the other reasons that I wanted to have you on was, we have a gig. We actually were staging and packing stuff and wrapping cables and getting ready for the show. We have a show on Friday, and I'm going, man, this is a lot of work. I don't know how long I can do this. And then I see Patti. I'm not going to say your age, but you're seasoned. And you're still gigging. Yes. You're still doing it because you love to play, obviously, and it's fun to meet people, and you just have to do it if you're an artist.
Music is my life, and I've been involved in music for as long as I can remember. And then when I started trying to get more music into my life, when my husband and I went on the road, we had the girls with us for about 5 years. We put them in and out of school every 2 weeks, which was really, not easy on them.
Yeah.
But they know more about the world than any of their classmates did.
Yeah.
But the music has cost me some, family wise. But
always
we
does.
finally started coming around. The older they get, the more they kind of understand.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
if they don't understand, but they just accepted it now, I guess.
Yeah.
But like I say, my oldest daughter. She took lessons. I'm very jealous of her. She took lessons and learned how to play the guitar.
Yeah.
And she would sing at venues and stuff, like I say. But I just wanted us to do something together, and that's gone, but not really gone. But anyway, I don't know. I'm not going to give up the music till my hands just say you can't do it anymore.
Well,
I'm starting to look for stuff.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. That's actually one of my concerns is I'm starting to get like a knot on this knuckle, and he's got arthritis in his wrist.
I don't have a whole lot of time left in my musical career.
And are you taking glucosamine and chondroitin?
Yeah,
we tried everything.
Well, I think it's a consistency. Are you still
taking it?
Yeah, no, that's the problem. Probably
a consistency thing.
But no, I just started taking it because I haven't, and I can feel the arthritis coming in my hands.
Yep.
But I've also got neuropathy from diabetes. And I don't know if it's neuropathy or if it's the other arthritis. So I'm taking chondroitin and glucosamine and chondroitin, and then I've found this little machine that this guy invented that you put your hand in and it massages it and has heat.
Oh, nice.
And that's like $100. I'm going to send after it. Yeah. Anything to keep me going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a hip replacement in February 28th.
Wow.
And that kept me out. That kept me out for almost 6 weeks. And I said,
Is that all?
That's it. 6 weeks. She's back on the
a
stool.
month and a half, and she's back on the stage.
I love it. Yeah.
But I come back before my 6 weeks because all I needed was help and my friend Sue, you met Sue.
Yep.
She helps me pack my stuff, and ever since I broke my neck, she started packing my stuff.
You broke your,
just keep coming.
Broke your neck.
I broke my back in 5 places.
He broke his back.
Well,
yeah.
I was paralyzed for 2 weeks from here down.
You win because I wasn't paralyzed, but I broke my neck, and I went to. It was on a Saturday morning. I got up to make a pit stop, and the cat was there, so I thought, well, I'll give him some treats, and so I bent down to pick him up to snuggle him, and I lost my balance, and I fell backwards, hit my butt on the floor hard, and then I fell back and hit the back of my head on the front of my garbage can, and I heard it go. I heard it crack.
Wow.
So I thought, well, maybe it's just like a whiplash sprain thing. So I went to work that night. I went to work that night, played the guitar, played for 4 hours. And then Monday morning, I started feeling a little bit more than I thought I should. So I went to the doctor, and he took x-rays, and he says, and he's a musician. He's been my doctor for years. And he likes my music, and he calls me a songbird. Yeah. And he says, you broke your neck, Patti. I go, what? He says, you broke your neck. I says, He says, yeah, you did. And he showed it to me, and it was broke. And so he gave me a collar to wear for 7 weeks. I wore that collar morning and night. I took it off to take a shower, and that was about it.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I slept in it. Wow. And it's I don't know if I'm okay or not, but I guess I'm okay. I can still play the guitar.
Yeah.
So that's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. I'm just afraid of this.
I had that whole tortoise shell that went around me. And I couldn't.
But did you play drums?
I broke it. I broke my back in '98 in November.
Okay.
In November of '97, going into '98, and in 2000 I started touring again.
Okay,
so I walked out.
Awesome.
Yeah, it wasn't very long. So I did play drums, just in the house, but I ended up playing out again.
Right.
In the year 2000.
Yeah, so you got to get your rhythm back, and you got to get everything back.
Right.
That's
what actually.
If you don't play. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
If a musician doesn't play for 1 day, they can tell. Definitely. And if a musician doesn't play for 2 days, another musician can tell. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if a musician doesn't play for 3 days, everybody can tell.
Wow.
I think that
we were just talking about that the other
literally
day.
just were having this conversation. Yeah. And what we were talking about was, there was an artist that said, or an artist we know that said, so you got to practice every day. You got to practice every day. And this is one of those type of players that's playing, really fast, intricate runs and all this kind of stuff. And I'm a little bit more on the blues side, and
but he's still pretty damn intricate.
I got my things, but but what I find, Patti, is I like to play every day, but sometimes I'll take a few days off and not play at all because I'm editing video, or I'm producing a podcast, or I'm doing other things. And when I take that time off and when I come back to the guitar, sometimes fresh new ideas that I've never played before come out. Yep.
With that said,
that's why
we've
that's
gone.
That's why with my singing.
So you agree? Yeah, we've gone 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month without playing, and then get together in the room, the three of us as a trio, and all of a sudden it's like we feel like it's the best we've ever done.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's all new and fresh. I was off for like 3.5 weeks without picking up the guitar at all, because I was in rehab for. I was in the hospital from the 28th till about the 3rd, and I went to rehab the first rehab I went to, I was there for about 2 weeks, and then I said, I'm out of here. I can't do this no more. I can rehab at home. Yeah. I can have somebody come in.
PT.
So it was a disaster. It was like being in a concentration camp. It was awful.
Sure.
The food was cold all the time.
Yeah.
And it had a guy that was in the rehab I was at. They put the rehab persons in with the dementia and Alzheimer's and sick people. And there was one guy that was screaming. I'm literally screaming all night long and all day long. And I think he would just fall asleep out of pure exhaustion.
Yeah,
right.
And there was a bit of, and so they wanted to keep me, and I said, no, I'm out of here. Get me out of here by Monday, and by Sunday, and they finally let me go, and I just did my stuff, and then went to a real rehab center without any other sick people in it. Just you know, and
you were in One Flew
now.
Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Huh?
Yeah.
Amen. And they were, and the help wasn't much better because you can't get any help anymore.
Sure.
So they just hire anybody that wants to come to work.
Yeah.
Don't teach them nothing, you know. The little people bring in the food, no condiments, no salt and pepper, no nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, just the cold food.
Yeah.
Cold eggs. I got so tired of cold eggs, I could just scream.
Yeah.
So
sounds like the worst.
I lived on Ensures when I was in the hospital. That's what they kept doing. Yeah.
I'd rather have that than cold eggs.
I agree. I had both.
Oh.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
I was.
Well, Patti, the next kind of thing is your gear that you. Well, two things. I want to talk a little bit about your gear and your setup that we were we were hearing that night. We talked about the harmonizer and the drum machine. We want to hear about that, but I want to hear about your you got a little wrecking crew of ladies that run around with you. Talk about your friends there that support you and how important that is to have, whether it's one person, two people, 10 people that come and be your teammates. Let's talk about them. What are their names?
My groupies. Groupies, yes. Well, Sue is my main groupie and roadie. She has literally brought me into her world and her life, and literally just taking care of me.
Right.
I remember I was driving down the street one day here in Venice, and I'm not down by myself. My kids are all in Wyoming and Utah.
Sure.
And I've got friends, but I don't have, who can you depend on for sure?
Right. Right.
So I said, I'm talking to I call him Big Guy. I said, okay, Big Guy. I said, I'm getting to the point in my life where I'm going to need somebody to help me and take care of me.
Yeah.
Be there for me and be there with me and stuff.
Yeah.
And he heard me and he sent me Sue. So Sue's been in my life. Well, I knew her and her husband for about 25 years now. Her husband passed away 10 years ago, and I've been divorced 3 times.
Right.
And so I'm done. I'm done with the relationships. And so her and I just got to palling around together.
So where did you go on your trip? What was the last place you went?
Well, we went to Wyoming out to visit the girls. Due to the fact that Sue has been in my life for that long, and it's a long story.
Yeah.
Sue actually, I lost my first house because of a man.
Oh.
Not being the point, but
sounds like a song right there. That sounds like a song.
Yeah, I got lots of titles for country songs. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
And so I got moved out of my house and into a place called Bay Indies, which is a huge mobile home park down here. And then I moved in for $800, and then they moved the payments up to $900. I'm getting ready to raise it again when I said, no, I've got to get out of here. So I found a place to go to, a studio apartment, and I got moved into there. And that's when Sue started coming around a little bit more as far as being friends and coming to and that type of stuff. So, and she's retired. She's actually a retired basketball coach from Detroit.
Oh, wow.
Okay. She was inner city kids.
Yeah.
And she's in the Hall of Fame. For the basketball coaching that she did, and a lot of her players have gone into the Hall of Fame for their playing. She was terrific. She was awesome.
Well, she was singing. She was singing every. Yeah, she was singing every word to your songs during your set. I'll tell you.
I know. Well, she knows. She's been coming to me for about 4 years now, solid.
Yeah.
But anyway, she worked with Vital, and so she got a lot of stories her own self, but I said, well, let me tell my story,
right.
And you can tell your story. I said, okay.
Sure.
But anyway, I don't know what I'd do without Sue.
Yeah.
We have our differences, but we work it out.
Yeah.
And that's how Sue got into my life.
Yeah.
And then the hurricane came, took the house, took my house.
The recent one? What was the name of the recent hurricane? Was it the recent? Yeah, what was the name of the hurricane the recent one that came?
Ian.
Oh, Ian, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ian, one of the worst ones we've had here in Florida ever.
Yeah.
It was bigger. It was bigger than Charlie, and it was bigger than what was the other one?
Well, David. It was back when I lived in Florida. It was Hurricane David, and yeah, that's why we live in Atlanta. We're just
we
far
just get
enough.
the wind breeze from it.
Yeah, we're far enough inland to not deal with that kind of stuff. But we're 5 hours away to get to Destin.
Yep.
But
right, you have your downfalls too.
Yeah, pollen.
About
we got pollen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dealing with that at the moment.
Yeah. But I've been very blessed in my life. Seems like I just come out smelling like a rose when I moved into this house, and it had furniture when I moved in, and people keep giving me stuff, and I'm just very blessed, and I thank God and the universe every day. Every day for the blessings that they have brought me.
Yeah.
Because through my music, I have met so many wonderful, wonderful chosen family members, and people that follow me around for years. I had some come down Saturday night. Fritz and Irma, God, I've known them for 20 years, 30 years, came down last night. They were getting ready to go back, and they said that one last time they had to come down and see me before they went home. So I've got very loyal, wonderful friends and fans, and I'm just I gush over it because it's just from whence I came, a little country girl riding my horse up and down the lane and driving the tractor and all that sort of stuff to where I am now. I just feel so blessed, so very blessed to still be able to do this at this point in my life because I'm not 21 anymore.
Yeah, well, that was the whole thing when I saw you playing. I was like, man, that's inspiring to me because when I'm getting in my woe is me, this is hard to do, and I don't know how long I can do it. When I get into that mindset, I just think Patty'd say, just buckle it up there, Buttercup. Let's go. Let's.
Well, I've dislocated my right shoulder twice and my left shoulder once. And I could play the guitar when I dislocated my right shoulder because I can just use my forearm. Yeah. But when the left shoulder got dislocated, I was out. I couldn't play the guitar, but I was playing with a bass man, who played like lead bass and sang, and we harmonized together so well. We just played music together so well. And I used my little automatic drummer, and then he played the bass, and we sang together and stuff. Yeah. So it made a nice full sound ish, without the guitar. But we was able to fulfill some obligations that we had, and they were happy with that. That was okay.
Yeah.
So
you made it through it.
But it's
what does your automatic drummer charge?
How much does he charge?
I'm losing volume here. Is it me or you?
No, I don't. Can you hear us?
Yeah, you should be able to hear us.
Okay. I wasn't hearing you real well. Hold on.
Okay. Are you good now?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Can you hear me now?
I'm better now.
Okay. I was curious as to what your automatic drummer charges you a night to play.
Yeah.
Nothing, but they like to drink.
Typical drummers.
He likes tequila.
Yeah. All my gear does. I don't know.
Yes. Yeah, even Tallulah. That's my guitar's name is Tallulah.
Tallulah, the 335.
My ampliphone is named Daisy.
Why didn't you bring that up earlier?
I forgot to ask a lot of people.
We were talking about Lucille. How would that not come up in that conversation?
It slipped my mind.
It's hell getting old.
Okay.
Yeah. I have so many guitars.
It's just the age rate.
It is. I have so many guitars. I quit naming them. I have a couple that have names.
He's not kidding either.
But I have way too many guitars.
It's his retirement, I think.
I need to start getting rid of these. That's why I was actually asking you earlier if you'd be interested in a guitar that...
he's trying to sell you is what he was doing.
Well, I was thinking about giving her one.
Oh, okay. That's better.
Yeah.
That sounds more like you.
Yeah. There's a guitar I have that kind of fits you. That we'll talk off the air if you're interested in trying something else, and if it would work for you, then that would be the guitar to take out in the salt water. Not the 335. But
I got a feeling even if she had it, she probably wouldn't.
I think so too. Yeah. But anyway, yeah.
I do worry about it in salt.
Yeah, the salt water. Yeah.
That makes sense. It does make sense.
But
it's hard on the equipment. I have funk out that I use on my drummer every once in a while because the knobs are on the buttons that I push. They have to get the gunk out.
Yeah.
And
Now, who taught you how to? So you have a drum machine. You've got the drum machine. You've got a vocal harmonizer, and then you have a few pedals going into your guitar. I believe there's a chorus pedal. Not a lot of stuff, but just a couple of guitar pedals. What do you typically use on the guitar?
Well, I just use my chorus box on the guitar, and I just keep it the same tone all the time.
Yep.
My other two pedals are the start and stop of my drummer.
Yep.
And the turnarounds on my drummer.
Oh, fills. Yeah. Okay. So you can control. Yeah, you can control the starting and stopping.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
the fill-ins. Yeah.
And then you can pick whether it's a waltz or a straight rock type beat.
Waltz or whatever. Yeah. A rock or a cha-cha or whatever. Yeah. It's all already pre-programmed. I just have to hit the buttons. Yeah. It's awesome.
And then
you don't have to program anything.
Yeah. And then we already talked about the harmonizer. I believe when I saw it, it was a TC Helicon. It might have been that blue one like you had.
Yeah, we still have it. It's what Lisa uses.
Yeah. And then I don't remember how you were getting all that sound to a PA. Do you have a mixer that you run everything into your little PA there?
Everything runs through my vocalizer.
Oh, okay. So the vocalizer goes.
Yeah, it's like a mini head, PA head. Yeah.
Okay.
Everything goes through there and then hooks into my. I run the drummer through my speaker.
Yep.
And then the rest of it goes through my. I run my guitar from my guitar to the chorus box, from the chorus box to the harmonizer.
Yeah.
And then I have one cord that hooks everything into my speaker.
Yeah. Well, you know why that works. Do you know why that works so well, running your guitar into the vocal box? Because the vocal box will actually read what chord you're playing and make sure that everything is where it's supposed to be. And I didn't realize that for a long time until I watched a video and I was like, oh, I'm an idiot.
So it's like an auto tune?
It's a reference. It's a reference. The pedal will recognize if you're playing a G chord and then you're singing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's going to
right.
to help match pitch.
The one that we have does that too.
Yeah. Most of them do. I didn't know how that worked. But
as long as you're in within that realm
you don't
of
vary.
where you need to be.
Don't vary from it because it grabs it.
Yeah.
And make sure the guitar
start sounding like Cher.
Everything sounds flat or sharp.
Yeah. You start sounding like Cher, he said, yeah. You believe in love.
After love.
Yeah. So this is a question that we like to ask, all the bands that we do podcasts with. Are there any young, new artists that you have heard that makes you feel like, okay, music is going to be okay because that's really good? Is there anybody new that inspires you or that,
I like listening to Josh Turner.
Josh Turner? I don't know that one.
I don't know if you know Josh Turner. He sings Long Back Train. He's got a voice like really low voice. Almost, it's lower than Randy Travis's. It's got a really deep baritone voice. He sings awesome. And he's just a young guy.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't. Keith Urban isn't country, so I don't. To listen to somebody that I want to listen to a lot.
Yeah.
Is Vince Gill.
Oh, that's old school.
Yeah.
That's
real, real country.
I know he's old school.
No,
that's real country.
Yeah. And his did you know that he was on a lot of Eagles recordings?
No, but I believe it.
Yeah, I believe he was on. Jamie, pull this up.
Right.
I believe that he was on like the Seven Bridges Road era. It might have been that song. That'd be a perfect song for him. But Take It to the Limit, background vocals. He might have been on that. But yeah, we should do a little look-see on that.
That makes sense with all the harmonies they had going on.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's good. I mean, that's.
Well, did you know?
Go ahead.
Sidebar.
Yeah.
The Eagles were in Tampa, right? And Vince Gill got to play with the Eagles in Tampa.
Well, there you go.
On the live show.
Yep.
And then I have a girlfriend who sings like a bird. She can sing opera, she can sing jazz, she can sing rock, and she got to be one of the backup singers.
Oh, nice.
For him. So, yeah.
right place at right time, or does she know somebody?
It's not what you know. You know that.
Yeah.
It's who you know.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
But Vince is my man. Some of the newer ones, I like. Oh God, what's his name?
Blake Shelton.
Brown. I like Blake Shelton, but he's old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's old.
Oh, okay.
He's old.
All right.
I like it.
What
are your thoughts on like Miley Cyrus?
Miley Cyrus was almost ruined before she ever hit the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From doing Hannah Montana for so many years.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's not my genre.
Right.
She's very blessed to have Dolly Parton as her godmother.
Yes. Yes.
And
it gave me goosebumps.
I wouldn't buy her album.
Yeah.
Really?
I wouldn't buy her album.
Have you heard her do Jolene?
Yeah. That was
no.
A good question.
Yeah. I haven't.
Yeah, you should hear it.
Yeah. I think that she could have easily gone right down the path of country and Dolly stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like you said, I think maybe the Hannah Montana stuff. Like
it was a money thing.
It steered her a certain way. Next thing you know, she's riding on a wrecking ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was awful.
Yeah.
It was awful. But without that, now that she's kind of past all that, she's if you give her a chance and listen to Jolene, at least that version of her singing, and it's amazing.
Okay, I'll Google it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got you can hear
because
you can tell that she's influenced by Dolly.
Yeah.
When you listen to that.
Yeah. That's awesome though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd like to be influenced by Dolly a little bit, but Jolene, and there's about 4 songs I need to get down. I've been working on for 20 years.
Yeah.
And I haven't had the setup to practice. To practice on the guitar and I'm not worried about the drum. I can hear the drum. I just set it like I want it.
Yeah.
But to get the chords and the words down together.
Yeah.
So I don't have to look at the words.
Yeah.
So. But I've now got the means to do that with this little Black Star amplifier, and I've got it in here in my living room where I can do that.
Yep.
And I've got the Jolene, Sweet Caroline, Coal Miner's Daughter, and one more.
Yeah,
I'll think of it. Doesn't matter.
Well, those are all classics.
Does your drummer have a name?
And does your drummer have a name?
Elvira.
Oh.
Elvira.
It's a very manly name.
That's a manly. Yeah.
So sorry. Well, he's the only one. He doesn't need paid, and he shows up and he doesn't drink.
Right. I'm the same way. I just don't do what I'm told a lot of times.
Yeah. No, we just have to watch him and laugh. I was doing some video editing from a show that we did, and the stuff that this guy does that I didn't even see was going on because I'm working on my stuff. I'm just laughing at how he's just cutting up, and that's the point too, is like, watching the guys.
It's all for fun.
Everybody was, it's a tense moment when you're setting up and you're doing all that kind of stuff. I take it more tensely than most.
Does. He's hangry the entire time. He acts like he hasn't eaten all day.
I haven't usually, because that's how I do it. But yeah, to see people giggling and cutting up and
I love it.
And that's before the show even started. Then when the show starts, it's all serious.
Game time.
It's serious. Like I look over at
game
him.
Time, yeah.
Yeah. And then at the end you get done, and then you can start giggling again. But it's interesting.
Yeah. During game time, it's on.
Yeah.
I try to do that myself. I like to talk. I like to talk to the people.
Yeah.
I like to incorporate into my music and bring them to me.
Yeah. So
I can talk to them and hear their stories and find out where they're from and what they're doing here, and if they have family. I like to have conversations with them while I'm on the bandstand.
Yeah.
Because people enjoy that.
They do.
They want to hear stories that you have, to talk about where you're from and where you've been. I always talk about who's from West by God, jump up and shout Virginia.
Yeah.
And somebody will, somebody will sit in front of me and say, "Where are you from?" They say, "We're from Ohio." "Oh, okay." Then I'll say, "Does anybody from Cody, Wyoming?"
Yeah.
I said, "Does anybody know what state that's in?"
Yeah.
And they'll just laugh. And I said, "Well, I'm from Cody, Wyoming, and I've been down here since '94, and I'm very happy to be here, and thank you very much. And then it goes on to something else, about raised on a farm. And when I do Happy Trails at the very end of the show, I said, well, here's a song that we're all going to sing, a song that Dale Evans wrote for Roy Rogers to sing for his show. You know that Dale Evans was with him when he had Roy Rogers has his show, but then when she didn't like the song that he was singing at the end, so she wrote a song. They were in a cafe, restaurant, a cafe probably, in a cafe, and she wrote the words to the Happy Trails on a napkin, and told him to sing that, and gave him the tune, and told him to sing that at his next show, and he did, and it's been. The rest is history. So when I'm singing that, I says, this is a song that Dale Evans wrote, and her and Roy sang it for 20 bazillion years as they rode off into the sunset on their horses, Trigger and Buttermilk, singing this song. Then I think not, because I'm raised on a farm, and I tried riding off into the sunset singing this song like Roy and Dale did. Trust me. It cannot be done with any coherency on a Shetland pony.
The cadence.
It's a better end of the night song. Van Halen did that song. Actually, it was really, really great.
Have you
ever
heard
closing
that?
time as well? Yeah.
Have you ever heard that version? Are you familiar with Van Halen? A rock band from the 70s, 80s, 90s.
Right. I know the name.
Okay, they did a version of Happy Trails, and like when I heard it on the record, I was like, what are they? What is this?
Bum-ba-dee-da, bum-ba-dee-da.
What is it, and why are they doing it? And then when
that's how they started it.
They start doing all these harmonies. I'm like, oh, this is brilliant.
Yeah, it's killer.
It got me.
Like the Sons of the Pioneers.
Yes.
Yeah, it was really good to hear it from a rock band. Yeah, it was out of character.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool.
That's awesome. I'd love to hear that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You would like it. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, because they do it tongue in cheek, but they're serious. About it. No, they're not goofing around. They meant it when they did it. So what's up next for you? When's your next show at Turtles? And other question is when you play, I didn't ask you that night. What is your time? Is it like 7 to 11? Is it 10 to? It's not 10 to 2. It's not 9 to 1.
It's 4:30 to 8:30.
Oh, okay. So it's still a 4-hour set, right? So it's still a 4-hour set.
Yeah, it's 4 hours.
Yeah. And do you take 2 breaks, 3 breaks, breaks?
I take breaks. I take 15 minutes, and if there's not hardly anybody there, I take 20 minutes. And if I'm talking to them, and keeping them there and buying drinks and stuff, I talk to them.
Yeah.
So I've gotten reprimanded for that because I wasn't going back to work, but I did have to kind of shut that down a little bit.
Yeah.
The people didn't come there to hear me talk; they're come to listen to my music. So,
sure.
And I'm very blessed that they like to. Yeah. They love to hear what I like. They like to hear what I love to do.
Yeah. So I think Rick just found.
Let me see if you can hear this. If you can't hear it, I'll turn it right off, and I'll play just the beginning.
Yeah. Check this out.
Okay.
Bomba-dee-da, 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 until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Bomba-dee-da, he's fine. Bomba-dee-da, who cares about?
That's awesome. Now we're gonna get the old YouTube copyright strike.
Yeah, right.
Just because of that. But yeah, I mean that's.
Oh, yeah, you didn't play it long enough, though, did you?
I don't know. I think
you can play it for so many seconds.
Yeah, these days it's you got to watch what you play. It's pretty crazy. Even like when we have artists on. Our original
on our podcast when we're playing their music.
We're playing their music, and we'll get a copyright strike playing their music. So
really,
yeah, it's an interesting thing.
It's silly, is what it is.
Yeah. So we'll land a plane on this thing, and where can people go to? Do you have a website? Do you have a Facebook page?
I have a Facebook page that I keep people updated on where I'm going to be.
Okay. What is that?
Patti Highland.
Okay. Patti Highland, Highland, Patti. Patti
yes.
Highland.
Patti with an I.
Yeah. So
that's gonna be the next, the name of my next album.
What? Patti Highland?
Patti with an I.
Oh, Patti with an I. Yeah, yeah, I like that. I like that. Well, hey, keep playing, keep doing your thing, and keep us updated too. If you happen to ever be coming through the Atlanta area, let us know, and we'll definitely show you around the place up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
So
now I don't want to sound forward, but I have that original song if you need to hear it.
Oh, are you kidding?
Can you is it an MP3 or do you just have it on a phone, or how can you play it? Can you send it to me?
I'll just play it on the guitar.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Play it live?
Yeah.
Can I just play it on the guitar?
Oh,
absolutely.
please.
You have it there. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's I don't want to sound too forward about that.
No.
I'm glad you said something.
Yeah. Well, I knew that you said you had an original that you had recorded, but we hadn't worked out being able to getting a, as they say, an MP3.
Well, this is a treat. This will be a first.
I have BMI and ASCAP and everybody.
Yeah, good.
So nobody steals it.
Yeah, good. Well, that's
till I can get it to somebody like Trisha Yearwood.
Yeah, that's the thing. Try to sell it. What's the name of it?
Wouldn't that be good?
Yeah, it would be. It'd be great. What's the name of it?
From the Moment. From the Moment.
Okay.
Okay, I was in a contest down in Arizona. My girlfriend got me to come down. Yeah, a songwriters contest, and I went down, and two of the judges had me going to Nashville. They picked 3 to go to Nashville, and the 3 judges had 2 judges. There were 3 judges, and 2 of them had me on the board to go to Nashville because they liked my song, so they had me, ready to go. Well, the 3rd one said that my title, get this, my title sounded too much like it's like something else, like oh God, okay, From This Moment On, Shania Twain.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But it's not okay. There's 3 different kinds of crazy titles in the works in the air, but he said the title, so I lost out by the title.
Yeah, you tell him to kiss your ass cap.
Yeah, kiss my ass cap. Registration.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it just makes you furious, don't it?
Yeah, it's stupidity, isn't it?
Oh, wait a minute.
We do this for fun.
It's called From the Moment, and now this sounded better before.
Sounds good on our end.
It's fine.
Well, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Let me take these off. Hold on. Take my bling off because they're going to be rattling. I appreciate this.
Hey, absolutely.
More than you know. My girlfriend, who was tried to make me a star since I was 15. She lives in Arizona now. I go down there once in a while.
What part of Arizona?
Made a compilation tape that she sent to Europe.
Oh wow!
And one of my daughter's songs that she recorded from somebody else, and my song was on the compilation CD, and I was number 10 on the hit parade in Europe.
Oh wow!
So I didn't think that was too bad.
No, that's really good. Yeah.
From the moment I first met you, I knew in my heart that I've always loved you. I felt it from the start. Your blue eyes seemed to tell me that you were meant for me. From the moment I first met you, I knew from the start that I always loved you in my heart. And now, as I hold you, it seems so clear to me that you and I were always meant to be. The night is swiftly falling as we dance across the floor. The time it goes so quickly. I seem to love you more and more. And now, as I hold you, I know in my heart, from the moment I first met you, I knew from the start that we'll never part. From that moment, I knew it in my heart.
That's awesome, Patti. Thank you. Hey,
that's awesome.
No, thank you for indulging me.
Hey, absolutely. That's way better than MP3.
You talk about goosebumps.
I know.
Yeah.
Right? That's the real deal, right?
Yeah, that's the real thing.
You know, it's I'm just I'm inspired to see your enthusiasm for music and makes me want to just to tighten it up and quit whining.
Yeah.
Get to work. Keep going. You know. So, well,
you'll do what you do when you do it.
Yeah, and you'll do what you can do. I like to try to overdo and overdo and overdo, and then I get burned out.
Yeah.
But hey, and we'll
right.
send you a link to. We have a show that's unreleased right now that we're still working on editing, but we'll send you a concert that we did that we're editing on, and let you see kind of where we're coming from, and it'll be a little bit outside your wheelhouse there, but it's us, so it's on.
Well, hey, I don't mind going outside my wheelhouse.
Yeah. What's the most outside your wheelhouse you've ever gone?
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Bonnie Raitt.
That's not far enough. What about like Metallica? Is there a Metallica song that you ever heard or anything?
No.
What about like
Bonnie Raitt or Boss?
Well, she sings like a smoker.
The Boss.
Yeah.
No.
I
don't go very far.
Yeah.
I don't wander very far. To me, Bonnie Raitt is quite about as far out as I can get, and I don't play it.
Yeah.
Like my guitar doesn't know it.
Yeah.
So I sing it a cappella when I do it.
Yeah. Yeah. She's Bonnie Raitt there in I guess late '90s, 3 or 4 or 5 hits back to back to back.
Yeah.
That really, and she'd been around for decades prior to that. We just happened to learn about her.
And her dad, I guess her dad was the musician that got her.
Yep.
Was where it came from for her.
Yeah. She was married to an actor.
Her dad was a great musician.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
She did a song with an actor. I can't remember his name. He's very well known though. I just can't think of who it is because my memory sucks.
Is she the one that started the bottleneck slide?
She did a lot of slide stuff and kills it. She's a really good slide player. What about like the Pat Benatars or Hart? Did you ever listen to Hart or Pat Benatar in the 70s?
I love Hart.
Yeah,
I love Hart.
Yeah,
I love that girl that's got that really high voice.
Yeah,
that tone that she has.
Yeah,
I love that.
She can belt.
Yeah,
they're out of Seattle, aren't they?
I'm not sure where they're from. That's actually a good question. I don't know where Hart
have a clue.
Came from. We should probably know that.
Okay.
You would think we would.
Yeah.
I mean, but
more research. We're gonna do that. We'll find out.
Well,
I grew up with them for sure. Loved them since I was 9.
Yeah. Yeah. So Patti, that's awesome. Patti with an I, Highland on Facebook. If you're ever in Siesta Key, Turtles on Thursdays, I believe, right?
Turtle Beach Grill.
Yep. On Thursdays.
That's the Keys.
Yeah, because there's the Turtles Restaurant.
Yep. Oh, okay. So there's 2 different places.
There's Turtles Restaurant right next door.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's in.
But I'm at the grill. Which has
Go ahead.
The Tiki Hut.
Yeah, the Tiki Hut outside. That's where I saw you. Do you play out there in the rain if it's raining?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they put the sides down.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's only going to rain for 5 or 10 minutes.
We've got water running through the place.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah, you're going to get 10 minutes.
When the torrents come.
Yeah.
But when it starts lightning and then real close, I'm not there. I stop.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no need at that point.
It might be protected, but I can't afford to have things blow out. So.
Yeah.
I was working down at Fisherman's Village down in Punta Gorda. many years ago, and it was storming, and it was starting to lightning. I had just reached down and unplugged my bar that everything was plugged into.
Yep.
Just had it in my hand, and lightning struck the building and knocked out everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
So
it's,
close calls.
yeah, it's definitely not worth, getting electrocuted.
No.
To
I've also
push.
played in the snow,
Yeah, that's no fun.
but it was inside.
Snow fun.
Yeah, that's snow
snow
fun.
fun.
That's snow fun.
If you play music in Cody, you play in the snow.
Yeah. Do you find that playing outside, if it's cold out, guitars are just hard to get in tune.
It changes everything.
If it's hot out, guitars are hard to keep in tune.
Yeah. Same with drums.
Yeah.
Yep. I played out at Turtle Beach Grill. We had the sides down. It was 42 degrees in there.
Oh, wow.
I had on my boots and my jeans and a sweatshirt with the hood up. But and we had the heaters. They have some heaters out there, of course, which helps a lot. But like you say, when you're playing the heat or you're playing the cold, the guitar does not stay in tune.
No,
they just don't.
No,
Yeah.
they're not meant for that. They're not meant for that.
Not meant to.
Yeah.
No, they're meant to be in the studio.
Yes, they are. Where we are, climate
On a
control.
wagon train.
Yeah, or a wagon train.
Yes.
So, yeah. Well, listen, we got to run. Thank you again for coming on. We really appreciate learning about your story and everything, and so inspired that you're still killing it.
And it was a pleasure to meet you. Ray was excited for this one.
Yeah.
I knew I couldn't wait to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too. Thank you so much, and thank you for loving my guitar.
Absolutely, and you. So we'll be in touch. Let's stay in touch, and hope to see you before spring break of next year.
Okay. Now, I need to know how my people can listen to this podcast.
Okay, that's a great point. Thank you. I should have already said this.
Yes, you should have.
If you can go to YouTube. And
YouTube.
If you go to YouTube and you search Original Music Podcast, you'll see our channel. And what would be awesome if everybody would subscribe to the channel so that when we release a new podcast, you'll get notified that there's a new podcast listed. So I will take this and we'll edit it, and then we'll put it up on YouTube, and it'll be up probably tomorrow or the next day at the latest.
Okay.
Yep.
Now go to YouTube, and I didn't hear the second part.
Go to YouTube and search the Original Music Podcast.
Original
Music Podcast, and then subscribe to that channel, and then you'll get notified when all new episodes come out.
Okay, so you have to subscribe to listen to it.
No, but you need to subscribe so that I can build my audience. And
it's just basically so other people can know when.
Well, no, I want to subscribe. Yes,
sure.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can
but
subscribe.
nobody else has to subscribe.
It's only $1,000
They
a
don't have
month.
to subscribe to listen.
Yeah, it's free. It's free to watch. If you want to get updated on stuff, you just subscribe and you'll get an email or some sort of notification.
Just keep you up to par, up to snuff. What's going on?
Yeah. Yep. Hey, can you see this?
Okay, so it's
Can you see this amp right
YouTube
here?
and Original Music Podcast.
Yep, that's it.
There's no
no
name or anything.
That's it. That's the name. Original Music Podcast.
That's the name.
That's it. That's the name.
Okay.
We try to keep it simple.
Yeah, we do.
So you say you know what we're talking about.
Okay, that's KISS.
Yes, it is.
Keep it simple, stupid.
That's right.
Yeah, that is. All right, Patty, we got to get ready for the next show. Again, thank you for coming on, and we will talk to you soon.
Well, thank you for coming in. God bless and happy trails.
Thank you. Same to you, Patty.
All right.
Bye.
See you.
You're watching the Original Music Podcast with your hosts Raymond Hems and Rick Gathman.